morning, everyone. So this is our first and second topic for this semi-finals. Now, so we have first discuss the art of emerging Europe. No, so this is how European art evolved from the classical Greece and Rome, okay, through the medieval era hanggang sa Renaissance and ngayon hanggang sa naging movements, no? So, as a social studies, we connect the art not just through paintings or sculptures, but it's also to our cultures, our beliefs, and historical changes of our societies, no? So, art is always a reflections of people's lives. Okay, so we have here the objectives, which is we are going to identify the characteristics of classical and Renaissance art. No? So it's explain the transition from medieval to Renaissance ideas. Okay, so here, okay, they are, no, it's the mirrors of Europe's rebirth in ideas and culture. No? So, dito, meron tayong classical Greece from and Rome, no, wherein they focus on reason, from balance, and beauty. Yung medieval naman, they focus on faith, on religion, on spirituality. And of course, Renaissance from the word rebirth of this is the rebirth of classical ideas, but now with um kasama na po dito ang humanism and perspectives, no? So it's the foundation for the modern art. So what we see in our contemporary paintings, in theater, and in movies, it's the traces, no? It is the traces back to um before or to these shifts, no? Here, art has an integral part in European history, no? So, ang art po natin, it's not just a decorations. So, it reflects of how the people thought, believe, and live in that every period. Okay, so it shows Europe's rebirth in culture and ideas. So, after ng Middle Age, yung Europe po, they went through into Renaissance, no? So, it's literal na rebirth. Okay, so the artists, they started to look back at the ancient knowledge and they blend it or pinagsama nila with those new discoveries. Okay, so from the classical Greece and Rome to medieval faith, no, yung classical Greece and Rome, they focus on the balance, on the proportions, on the beauty and the human body. Pero si medieval faith or medieval, no, the art became the centered, no, in religion, those icons, those stained glasses windows that we saw in the churches and the Gothic cathedrals, okay, teaching people about the Christianity. Okay, so it leads to the Renaissance focus on people and perspective. No, so yung shift, no, the Renaissance shifted, no, the focus into humanism. They are valuing human beings and of course their potentials. Now the artists develop techniques, no, like the perspectives to show the realism and the depth. Okay, so it's the foundation for modern art movements. So, ibig sabihin, all these stages, like yung classical, medieval, Renaissance, it's paved the way, no, for what we have, like the art movements, no, ito yung Impressionism, Cubism, Modernism, okay? So, yun po. So, without our past, the modern art would not exist, no, today. So first, let's discuss the ancient Greece. No? So yung ancient Greeks, no, are excelled in philosophy, in architecture, and of course in drama. Okay, so they valued the reason and logic, no, wherein they show in how they are going to build the temples, the theaters, those sculptures, no? So yung theater is nag-originate siya during the Ancient, no? Para i-honor nila si Dionysus, okay? The god of the fertility and wine, okay? So doon unang nag-originate ang theater during the ancient Greece. Okay? So we have, no? They also developed the four period during the Greek art. Okay? First is geometric period. Okay, so on geometric period, these are the artworks now wherein it's dominated by the geometric shapes and patterns. Now the artists, they decorate potteries, vessels, no, with those different shapes and patterns like triangles, zigzags, circles, mga ganon. Okay, so the human and animal figures is also appeared, but they are only simplified and stick-like lang siya. Okay? It's almost like symbols lang din. So, ano yung purpose ng geometric na to? So, those are, many artworks had a ritual functions. Okay? Parang, it becomes grave markers, o di kaya naman offering to the gods, mga ganon. Okay? So, that one, no, ang example natin dyan is the Phylon Amphora, wherein it's a large vase covered with geometric designs, and of course, a human figures, no? So, yung teaching po nila dito, or the teaching point here during the geometric period, they shows how the early Greek, no, society, they valued the order, the symmetry, the symbolic art instead of realism. Okay, so let's move on here in archaic period, no, during the 700 to 480 BCE. No, so they focus, or yung focus po nila during that time shifted into human figure na po. Okay? So, sculptures, no, became more naturalistic, no? So they look more like a real humans na compared po doon sa stick-like figures nila during geometric period. But, no, however, figures were still stylized. Okay? So, they had stiff poses, parang meron yung isang paa nakalagay sa harapan. Okay? Ganun po yung sample ng kanilang human figure. No? They often showed the famous archaic smile nila. A slight smile wherein it meaning to say to bring life to that sculptures, no? Sa example po natin is the chorus statues wherein standing male figures and core, no, or core statues naman kapag yung babaeng may damit na nakatayo. Okay? So it's the clothed female figures. Okay? So during archaic period, they reflect how Greek society was the beginning, no, to celebrate the human body and individuality. Individuality, no? So they are paving the way for the classical periods of realism na. So dito na sumusunod or pumapasok yung classical period, no? This is during the 480 to 323 BCE. Okay? So, during this time naman, after po ng war, like yung Persian Wars, yung mga Greek po, they rebuild, okay, rebuild their cities, their temples, especially in Athens. Okay, so dito na nagfo-focus yung balance, order, the harmony, and ideal beauty. Okay? So, ang classical period, no, the sculptures showed the human body in a perfect and proportional form, no? They have their, poses were more natural, okay? Mas nagiging natural siya. So may tinatawag tayong kontraposto wherein the weight no shifted into one leg lang. Okay? So yung architecture nila, since sinabi nga natin dito, they rebuilt no their cities and temples. Okay? So the architecture was refined like the Parthenon on the Acropolis, no? So yung um purpose nila dito during that time is to express their ideas when it comes to democracy, to perfections, okay, and of course their rational thought. Okay, so one example is yung discus tower nila or thrower nila or yung discobolus na tinatawag by Myron, wherein it's a balance yet um dynamic pose, no, they are still feel the calm, okay, the calmness. So during the classical period, no, it reflects the belief of those Greek individuals when it comes to the human reason, when it comes to balance and beauty as the universal ideas. Okay, so let's move on to Hellenistic period during the time of Alexander the Great, no? This nagsimula po siya after the death of Alexander the Great. Okay? So in his empire, okay, they spread the Greek culture across Egypt, Asia, and beyond. No? So nag-focus na po sila sa drama, sa mga emotions, and of course, in movement. Yung kanilang sculptures became more realistic. No? They even show the old age, those sufferings, or those intense emotions. So yung art nila, they are also capturing the actions or the energies and dramas instead of a calm perfection. Kung si classical is calm siya, dito kay Hellenistic na po is there is a energy, there is the actions and dramas. So it's more realistic, no? So it's expanded yung themes po nila. Okay? Not just about gods and heroes, but it is also they include the ordinary people. Okay? That's it. So in Hellenistic period, no, it shows art, no, reflected a more emotional and diverse, no, view of humanity. So constructing the calm idealism of the classical era. Let's move on in ancient Rome. No, so the Roman Republic was established around 500 BCE. No, so Rome grew into a powerful empire, okay, during 500 before Common Era. So they adopt, okay, the Greek culture, okay, like yung art, architecture, and philosophy. So the Romans built aqueducts, okay, colosseums, but it is decorated by them and with Greek-inspired statues, okay? So, sabi nga nila, inadapt nga po kasi nila yung um, Greek culture. That's why meron pa rin sa kanilang mga colosseums or mga pinatayo ng Roman the that is inspired to the Greek statues. Okay? So yung Roman art po nila was also a practical and political. No? They used to show their power, their wealth, and even their authorities. No? So they have their strong connections. Okay, so from Greek influence to Roman expansion, they will spread, okay, across the Europes. Okay? So next we have the medieval or the Middle Age, no? So during this age, okay, the 5th and 15th century, okay, yung Middle Age na to is it's between the fall of the Roman Empire, which is around 476 CE, and the start of Renaissance now. Okay, so we're in around 14 hundreds. Okay, so that is why they called it medieval, no? Wherein from the Latin medium avium, okay, meaning say middle age. Okay, so there are many historians they describe it as it's the time of ignorance and darkness. Okay, because the education, the science, the cultural development is mas naging slow siya compared to ancient Greece and Roman age. Okay, so pero hindi naman lang siya negative or puro negative, but during this age or medieval, no, the cultural, political, and religious na it is important and it's also change. Okay? Yung gusto nilang pagbabago is nangyari. Okay? So what are those life during the Middle Age, no? Society was, or the society or the community was mostly rural po sila, no? Those people or individual, they live in village or they are manors, no? Under the control of the highest or the lords that they have. No, yung church po mas naging powerful. They controlled even the education, even the art, even the politics. So, ibig sabihin, church ang namumuno sa kanila noon or mga pare. Okay? So, learning is limited, no? So, hindi po siya given sa lahat. Okay? So, learning was limited to the clergy or yung mga priests and monks, no? Since those ordinary people were not, couldn't able, no, to read or to write. Okay? So, their scriptures and books also are copied by hand, okay, by the monks or yung mga monasteries natin or yung mga priests natin since the yung tinatawag nating printing press, no, na invent ni Johannes Gutenberg is only appeared during the 15th century after na po yun ng medieval age. So, during medieval age is wala pa pong tinatawag na printing press. Okay? So, in medieval age, no, in religion, and of course in the church, Christianity was the unifying force in Europe during this time. Okay? There are monasteries, they preserve the knowledge by simply they are copying those ancient texts. Okay? There are the cathedrals wherein it builds, no, as the symbol of their faith and power. Okay? So we have two category when it comes to cathedrals, no? They are divided into two major styles. Una, ito yung tinatawag nating Romansky. Okay, yan. So, Romansky during the 10th, 50 to 12th, no, were inspired by the old Roman Empire. So, etong style na to is isa siyang thick walls and there are small windows, okay? So, dark interiors po siya. More on rounded arts, okay? Parang yung example ng Pisa Cathedral in Italy. Okay? So, si Gothic naman, okay, during the 12 to 15th naman ito, it is also a tall, mataas, okay? They have the thin walls wherein it's supported by the flying buttresses, okay? Isa po siyang glass, okay? Or, large stained glass windows, okay? So, para po mas marami yung light na papasok sa loob ng simbahan, okay? They have also appointed arcs and rib vaults, kung nakita niyo dyan, no? So, one of the example is the Notre Dame Cathedral, also in Paris, no? So, yung transition from Romanesque to Gothic, it shows how the architecture, no, it evolves to express their faith, their beauty, and the glory of our God. Okay? So next is we have here the Renaissance art. Okay, so during the Renaissance art, okay, meaning to say, pag sinabi ng Renaissance, it is rebirth, no? It was the period after the Middle Age wherein art, the science, the culture was flourished, no? It is the starting in Italy, okay? Especially in Florence, in Rome, in Venice, no? And it spread across the Europe. So, yung mga artist po during that time, they want to move, no? Away from the dark age na tinatawag nila or after the middle age kasi sabi nga natin sa middle age it's the dark age, okay, so it's the age of ignorance. Okay, so gusto po nilang makaalis na doon sa pamumunong iyon or during that age, okay? So, they want to return to the beauty, to the balance, and yung realism po ng isang classical Greece and Rome before. Okay? So, in this Renaissance art, humanism was the key, okay, intellectual movement of the Renaissance, no? They focus on the importance of humans, which is ito po yung mga potential ng isang tao, yung kanyang dignity, and yung kanilang achievements. That's why the artists begin to value the individual, okay, as a worthy subject of an art, not just a religious or biblical themes. Meaning to say, hindi na lang sila into religions or biblical things, but they also already value or give importance into the individual. Okay? So, dito pumapasok yung tinatawag na naturalism. Okay? So, it is the idea that the art should represent the natural world accurately. Okay? So, that's why yung mga Renaissance artists natin, they already studied the anatomy, the perspectives, the perfect proportion, okay? To make their paintings and sculptures more realistic. Okay? So that's why yung mga human body was uh, carefully measured or drawn, no, with correct proportions. That's why tinawag siyang naturalism. Okay? So, ang naturalism is a philosophy, it's a philosophy wherein they believe that everything can be explained by those natural properties and causes, okay? Hindi po siya supernatural explanations. Okay? So when it comes to art, it's a less reliance, okay, on purely spiritual or mystical symbols. Okay? They are more or I mean they focus more into real and natural life or earthly life. Okay? So during this Renaissance, no, they have the revival of Roman theatrical plays. Okay? So revival of the Roman theatrical plays. Okay, so during the Renaissance, there was, na-renew po yung kanilang interest into classical works na nanggaling sa ancient Greece and during the Roman age, no? Those are, the scholars, the artists, they already, they rediscovered, no? Those old manuscripts, and those artists and writers, they began to adopt the Roman plays for the Renaissance ages, para sa mga taong nasa Renaissance age na. Okay, so during this revival, it reflect the Renaissance spirit of rebirth na kasi unti-unti na nilang binabalik yung kung anong meron nun sa classical era. Okay? So, from traditions and giving them a new life. Okay, so yon. The role of humanism in theater, humanism is emphasizing the human experience, the emotions, and individuality. Okay? So, yung Renaissance theater natin, nakafocus lang siya into realistic characters and human struggles instead of religious morality. Okay? So, the Roman mosaics, no, it depicts the theater, no? So, yung archaeological natin, it finds like a Roman mosaic from the house of the tragic poet, okay, in Pompeii. Okay, it shows that the art was a big part of the Roman cultural life. Okay, yung mosaic na yan, it depends, okay, or it depicts, no, the actors and the oboe player, okay, or yung flute, yan, yung nasa taas, like instrument where it shows how music accompanied their performances, okay? So, another example is yung mosaic theatrical mass natin. Yan yung nasa baba naman. Okay? It's symbolize comedy and tragedy. No, so two main genres from the Roman and later on naging Renaissance drama po siya. Okay? So next is we have the mannerism. Okay? So mannerism, it's late or during late Renaissance art style, so 1520 to 16. Okay? So mannerism is isa siyang art style na na-develop during the late Renaissance. So it came after the high Renaissance masterpiece of artists kagaya nila Leonardo da Vinci, ni Michelangelo, si Raphael, yung mga yan. So instead of following yung mga balance, yung harmony, yung realism ng isang Renaissance noon, that's why nagkaroon ng mannerism. Okay? It's brinoke po nila yung rules. Okay? So, ano yung characteristics ng mannerism art? Okay, so una, it's a distorted figures. Meaning to say, the human bodies were stretched or nagiging exagge po siya. Okay, unnatural poses. Hindi siya makatotohanan. Not real. Okay? And pangalawa, it's a two-dimensional spaces, no? So, unlike kay Renaissance art, wherein meron siyang realistic depth, okay? Sa mannerism po, it's a flat, okay? That's why 2D spaces lang po siya. Next naman is discordant colors, no? So, yung mga artists natin, mga painters during the time, they use unusual or yung pinagka-clash po nila yung mga colors na para makapag-create ng isang dramatic effects. Okay? And lastly is yung lack of focal point. Meaning to say, instead na i-lead mo yung viewer into one main subject, okay? Yung mannerist po, no? The painters of mannerist could feel crowded and more confusing. Okay? So, bakit nga ba na-develop ang tinatawag nating mannerism? No, so, after the perfections of high Renaissance or during Michelangelo's David, during Da Vinci's Last Supper, during Raphael's School of Athens, the artists, they felt that there was nothing new to achieve in realism and harmony. So that's why nag-experiment po sila with exaggerations, with drama, and artificiality. Okay? So that's why merong nag-exist na mannerism. Okay? So it reflects the uncertainty of the times, the political, religious tensions, or yung reformations, and shifting worldviews. Okay? So, ang mannerism, okay, it is show us that art is evolves with histories. Okay? So, naging bridge po siya between the Renaissance and the Baroque period, no, wherein the art became even more dramatic and emotional. So, it remind us that the art is hindi lang po siya palaging perfect, but it also reflect confusions, it reflect tensions or even experimentation. Okay? So let's move on to Baroque and the Rococo or Rococo. Okay? So, ang Baroque, it came from the Portuguese word na barroco. Okay? Meaning to say, these are the irregularly shaped pearl or meaning to say, ito yung mga hindi tayo familiar na mga shapes. Okay? Like for example, kapag nakakita ka ng cloud, that is irregularly shaped. Okay? So, historians they believe that Baroque art was a response to the Protestant Reformation during that time. Okay, so there are Catholic Church. They use dramatic and emotional art para po ma-inspire nila. Okay, the faith and to show the power of our church during the Reformation or the Counter-Reformations. Okay, so ano yung characteristics naman nitong Baroque and the Rococo? Meron tayong tinatawag na grandeur and drama. So, yung artworks nila is theatrical, emotional, and of course, it's designed to impress lang po. Okay? So, they have the colorful palettes, no? So, yung mga artists, mas gumamit sila ng rich and vibrant colors para mas mag-ningning. Okay? Next naman is ornamentation. No, they use heavy decorations in their architectures, in their sculptures and paintings. Okay? So, paano yung kanilang movement and energy? So, yung figures po nila, it sometimes appear a motion. Okay? Hindi po siya static. Okay? So, ang Baroque po, it's visible in paintings and palace and churches, no? Yung sense of vastness and magnificence po niya. Okay? So, nakikita siya in paintings, in palaces, those churches, ganon. And of course, is the Rococo art, no? During the early and late 1700s. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung Rococo na tinatawag natin? Okay, nag-emerge siya during the in France, no, after po nung Baroque period natin. Okay, it's around 18th century. Sometimes they called late Baroque na kasi after ng Baroque, saka naman pumasok ang Rococo. Okay, because it grew out on Baroque art but it's developed a lighter and more playful style po siya. So, anong characteristics naman ni Rococo? It is also light and playful. Yan yung nasa babang picture, no? So, less religious siya. So, hindi siya masyadong connected into religion. Okay? It is more secular, no? They focus on yung mga romance, leisure, aristocracy, mga they use also pastel colors, no? Parang mas soft na palettes compared po kasi kay Baroque, which is the deep tones or rich tones. Okay? Graceful ornamentation. Kung si kung si Baroque is more on heavy decoration siya, si Rococo po is elegant decorations. Like, mas gumagamit po sila ng shells, ng flowers, ng mga curves, ganun. And intimate settings, so it's focused on our daily or everyday pleasures of especially the upper classes during that time. Okay? Hindi po siya sa mga church, hindi siya nakikita sa mga palaces, ganun. Okay? So only it's on everyday pleasure of the upper classes. So anong pinagkaiba ulit ng dalawa? Pag sinabi nating Baroque, it is dramatic, it's grand, it's emotional, religious, and powerful. Pero si Rococo, it's the light, playful, decorative, secular, and aristocratic. Okay? So, aside from the art, music is also flourished during the Baroque period, no? The Baroque period wasn't only about art and architectures. Was also the golden age of the music. Okay? So, kagaya po ng Baroque art, The Baroque music was also grand, excessive, and emotional. Okay, aiming to move the people deeply. Okay, so the birthplace of this one is in Rome, Italy, no? Yung movement po nito is nagsimula siya sa Rome. So there's no surprise that there are many early composers that came from Italy, no? So Italy became the center of the new musical styles during that time, especially pag sa tinatawag nating opera, which it's born during the time of Baroque. Okay? So, ano yung characteristics ng mga Baroque music natin? First is emotion and drama. So, music, no, they express their strong feelings kagaya po ng Baroque paintings and sculptures. Yung kanilang ornamentation, their music lines were also decorated with flourish. No, it's similar to the visual art din. They use all loud versus soft, solo versus group, fast versus slow, mga ganun. Okay? So, ganun po yung characteristics ng Baroque music natin. So, during this age, no, they have their different important developments. Una dyan yung opera. Okay, I mentioned before, it's a new form in combining the music, the drama, and stage performances. Okay? Andito din yung concerto and sonata. Okay? It's a instrumental forms that it highlights the solo performers. Okay? And of course, sacred music. So ito yung mga church music natin like the oratorios and cantatas, no? Ito na po yung powerful and elaborate. Okay? So, ang ating famous Baroque composers yan, si Claudio Monteverdi. Okay? A pioneer of opera or yung Orfeo. Meron din tayong si Antonio Vivaldi ng Italy wherein he is known for the Four Seasons. Meron din tayong Johann Sebastian Bach. Okay? Sa Germany naman ito, it's the master of organ works and the sacred music. And meron din tayong um, George Frederick Handel. Okay? It's a famous for Messiah or yung mga hallelujah chorus or mga church music or mga sacred music. Okay? So, yan. No? Eventually, yung influence ng Baroque is nag-spread po siya outside Italy and nakarating po siya across Europe. Okay? So, ilan sa mga nakilala din is sina Johann Sebastian Bach and Friedrich Handel. Okay? So, that's end with our first topic. Okay?